They say we don't notice the small losses until one day we do. Helen didn't see it coming. At 78, she still woke up early to stretch, still made it to her grandson's soccer games, rain or shine. But last spring, as she stood up from her garden bench, her legs buckled. No warning, no sharp pain, just a sudden, helpless drop to the ground. The tulip she'd planted the day before stood taller than she could. Thankfully, she wasn't injured badly. But what shook her was the realization that her legs, once strong enough to carry groceries, chase toddlers, and climb hills, had quietly betrayed her. And she's not alone. 1 in 3 adults over 65 falls each year. Often, the cause isn't clumsiness or a slippery floor. It's weak legs. Legs that have lost the strength to support a full, vibrant life. And here's the part many don't realize. Some of that weakness might be coming from right inside your kitchen. Could your breakfast be stealing your leg strength? I'm Dr. Masayuki, and after helping hundreds of seniors like Helen, I've discovered 3 common foods that secretly weaken muscles, starting with one you may have already drunk today. Stick around. Your independence depends on it. After the age of 50, our muscles begin a slow, quiet retreat. Without resistance training or proper nutrition, we lose up to 5% of muscle mass every decade after 60. That's not just a statistic. It's the difference between standing up with ease and struggling to rise from a chair. And with muscle loss comes risk. Falls are the #1 cause of injury among seniors. I've seen too many patients arrive in my office with fractured hips and shaken spirits, all from one unexpected tumble. But when legs stay strong, everything changes. Balance improves, energy returns, independence is preserved. You walk taller, not just physically, but emotionally too. That's why this matters so much. Because strong legs aren't just about walking, they're about living fully. Now here's the part that catches most people off guard. Even if you're eating your vegetables, skipping the donuts, and staying active, certain foods can still be quietly working against you. They don't come with a warning label, but they can trigger inflammation, sap your energy, and slow down the body's ability to recover after a walk or a workout. Over time, that adds up to weaker legs, more cramps, and less stamina. But the good news? Small changes can bring big returns. When we remove these hidden saboteurs, we give our muscles room to rebuild, recover, and thrive. Let's take a closer look at the first one. Sugary drinks. They're everywhere, in the fridge at home, the cooler at the gas station, the restaurant table. Soda, packaged fruit juices, sweetened iced teas. Maybe it's a habit you picked up years ago. A splash of orange juice with breakfast, a Coke with lunch, a sweet tea on a warm afternoon. But here's what those drinks do inside the body. Each one is loaded with sugar, sometimes 8, 10, even 12 teaspoons in a single serving. That much sugar causes blood glucose to spike, triggering a cascade of inflammation. And inflammation is no small thing. It stiffens joints, weakens muscles, and slows recovery after activity. In patients who are healing from a fall, I often see this firsthand. Those who drink sugary beverages tend to heal slower, their muscles tire faster, and their risk of another fall increases. Sugary drinks also lack what your muscles crave: protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. There's no calcium to support your bones, no magnesium to ease cramps. Just empty calories that can lead to weight gain, putting even more pressure on already vulnerable knees and ankles. But the solution doesn't have to be painful. Start simple. Keep a water bottle nearby and sip throughout the day, especially first thing in the morning and before meals. Hydration alone can reduce fatigue and improve muscle function. Swap soda for unsweetened herbal teas, peppermint, chamomile, or even a warm cinnamon stick in hot water. Craving something citrusy, squeeze a lemon or orange into a glass and dilute with water. You'll still get flavor, but with far less sugar. These swaps don't just help your legs, they lift your entire body. More energy, fewer leg cramps, a lighter, steadier step. Now let's talk about the second food to be cautious with: processed meats and fast foods. I'm talking about those convenient items we often turn to when we're too tired to cook: sausages, deli meats, bacon, burgers, fries. They're quick, they're salty, they hit the spot. But they come at a cost. The first issue is sodium. Just one slice of deli meat can have up to 500 milligrams, about a quarter of your daily recommended intake. Sodium causes the body to hold on to water, which may not sound so bad until you feel it in your joints: swollen knees, aching ankles, legs that feel heavier than they should. Then there's the fat, particularly saturated fat. It contributes to systemic inflammation, which, again, slows muscle repair. I've seen patients who exercise regularly but still struggle with leg weakness, and when we look at their diet, processed food is often the hidden culprit. And unlike whole foods, these items are often stripped of vital nutrients. There's little high-quality protein, barely any magnesium or calcium, and almost no fiber. That means they fill your stomach but leave your muscles starved. Instead, aim for real nourishment. Grilled chicken, baked fish, beans, and lentils are all excellent sources of protein. Chickpeas tossed into a salad, lentil soup on a chilly evening, or salmon with steamed greens. These meals heal, not harm. And here's a simple shopping tip. If a label lists more than 5 ingredients you don't recognize, put it back. Your muscles will thank you. And then there's the third food I gently caution my patients about: refined carbohydrates. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bread? Pasta? A biscuit with morning tea? These are comfort foods. They're woven into our routines, our memories. And in moderation, they don't have to disappear. But here's what happens when these foods become daily staples, especially the kind made from white flour. White bread, white rice, crackers, pastries, and even many breakfast cereals have been stripped of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left digests rapidly, spiking blood sugar much like sugary drinks. And just like before, that blood sugar surge leads to inflammation. For aging muscles, that's a problem. It slows down repair after movement. It feeds into fatigue. And over time, it contributes to a loss of muscle tone, especially in the legs and hips. I had a patient once, Robert, who loved his morning toast: white bread, butter, a bit of jam. By lunch, he was already feeling sluggish. We looked at his diet together and swapped that bread for a whole grain sprouted variety, added an egg for protein, and within weeks, his energy improved. His afternoon walks got longer, his balance steadier. It wasn't magic, it was nourishment. So, here's what you can do. Look for whole grains: steel-cut oats, brown rice, quinoa, or barley. If you enjoy toast, choose one with visible seeds and a short, readable ingredient list. Add protein to your meals: a boiled egg, a scoop of cottage cheese, or nut butter with no added sugar. These aren't restrictions, they're invitations to eat in a way that supports your strength, not steals from it. I know food is more than fuel. It's tradition. It's comfort. It's Sunday pancakes with grandkids, or the pie recipe passed down through generations. That's why I never ask patients to give up everything they love. But I do ask them to listen to their bodies, to their legs, to the whispers of fatigue, or that subtle wobble when getting up from the couch. Because those little signs matter. And when we catch them early, when we nourish our bodies, hydrate them, and remove what drains them, remarkable things begin to happen. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You don't need to run marathons. But you do need legs that can carry you through the life you still want to live. Whether that's tending to your garden, dancing in the kitchen, or walking hand in hand with someone you love. Muscles are not gone forever. They're waiting quietly for the chance to rebuild. Even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, the body can respond. Strength can return. Balance can improve. Falls can be prevented. Independence can be protected. I've seen it time and again. From Helen, who returned to her grandson's soccer games after cutting sugary drinks, to Robert, who walks every morning now that his energy has come back, to so many others who thought it was too late, only to discover it was only the beginning. And maybe this is your beginning too. Your legs won't rebuild overnight, but the change can start today. Take that first step, swap one food this week, and feel the difference. Whether it's ditching sugary drinks, swapping processed meats, or switching to whole grains, your muscles are waiting for the chance to recover. Comment below. Which food will you swap first? Let's support each other on this journey, one strong step at a time. And if you're ready to keep strengthening your legs, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on staying balanced, confident, and independent, no matter your age. You are still becoming, and the best steps of your journey are ahead. Let's walk them together,